Scary sky visitors. It was a normal Tuesday morning when everything changed. The sun was shining, and people were going about their day as usual. Kids were in school, adults were at work, and the world seemed peaceful. Suddenly, the sky got dark. It wasn't like when clouds cover the sun. This was different. People looked up and gasped. Huge ships, bigger than anything anyone had ever seen, filled the sky. They were dark and scary, blocking out the sun. At first, everyone thought it was a joke or a movie being filmed. But then, the ships started to move. They were real, and they were everywhere. News channels went crazy. Reporters tried to explain what was happening, but no one really knew. The president came on TV and told everyone to stay calm. But how could anyone stay calm when giant ships were in the sky? In New York, people ran out of their offices to look up. In small towns, farmers stopped their work to stare at the sky. All around the world, life came to a stop as everyone tried to understand what was happening. Then a voice boomed from the ships. It was loud and strange, not like any human voice. The aliens were talking. They said they came from a faraway planet and that they were here to take over Earth. The aliens said humans were weak. They laughed at how small and soft humans were compared to them. They thought taking over would be easy. World leaders quickly called a big meeting. Presidents, prime ministers, and kings from all countries joined a video call. They needed to make a plan fast. "We need to fight back," said one leader. "But how?" "Their ships are so big," said another. They argued and talked for hours. Finally, they agreed on a plan. They would try to talk to the aliens first. If that didn't work, they would fight. Meanwhile, people everywhere were scared. Some hid in their homes. Others tried to leave cities, thinking the countryside might be safer. Roads were full of cars as people tried to get away. Scientists worked day and night to understand the alien technology. They looked at pictures of the ships and tried to guess how they worked. But the aliens were so advanced, it was like cavemen trying to understand smartphones. The army got ready to fight. They brought out their biggest guns and fastest planes. But next to the alien ships, Earth's best weapons looked like toys. 3 days after the aliens arrived, Earth tried to talk to them. The United Nations sent a message asking for peace. They invited the aliens to meet and talk. The aliens' answer was quick and mean. They didn't want to talk. They wanted Earth, and they were going to take it. So the fighting began. Earth's armies did their best. They shot rockets at the alien ships. They flew planes to try and attack. But nothing worked. The alien ships had some kind of shield. Bullets, missiles, nothing could touch them. Then the aliens attacked back. They had weapons no one had ever seen before. Bright beams of light shot from their ships, destroying tanks and buildings like they were made of paper. In just one day, the aliens beat the biggest armies on Earth. They took over New York, London, Tokyo, and other big cities. People ran away, trying to find safe places to hide. The president came on TV again. This time, he looked tired and scared. "We will not give up," he said. "We will find a way to beat them." But many people were losing hope. The aliens seemed too strong. How could humans fight something so powerful? Then something happened that gave people a little hope. In a small town, a group of people fought back in a clever way. They couldn't hurt the alien ships, but they found out that very loud noises confused the aliens. The people used big speakers to play super loud music. When they did this, the aliens couldn't control their small ships very well. One small alien ship even crashed. This news spread fast. Maybe the aliens weren't as strong as everyone thought. Maybe humans just needed to be clever and find the aliens' weakness. All around the world, people started to work together. They shared ideas online about how to fight the aliens. Scientists, soldiers, and regular people all tried to think of plans. The aliens were still winning, but they were surprised. They thought taking over Earth would be easy. Now they saw that humans weren't giving up. Humans were fighting back in ways the aliens didn't expect. As the first week under alien attack ended, things looked bad for Earth. The aliens controlled many big cities. Millions of people had to leave their homes. Food was starting to run out in some places, but something was changing. People weren't just scared anymore. They were getting angry. They were starting to fight back, and they were working together in ways they never had before. The aliens thought humans were weak, but humans were going to prove them wrong. The fight for Earth was just beginning, and humans weren't going to give up easily. Humans get clever. 2 weeks had passed since the aliens arrived. The world was different now. Many big cities were under alien control, but humans weren't giving up. They were getting clever. In a secret lab underground, scientists from all over the world were working hard. They had pieces of alien technology that they found from crashed small ships. Day and night, they studied these strange objects. Dr. Maria Chen, a young scientist, barely slept. She was excited about what they might learn. "Look at this," she said to her team one day. She pointed to a strange, glowing part. "I think this is how they power their ships." The team gathered around. They ran tests and talked about what it could mean. If they could understand this power source, maybe they could find a way to stop the alien ships. Meanwhile, soldiers were learning new ways to fight. They couldn't beat the aliens with normal weapons, so they had to be sneaky. Colonel James Barnes taught his team how to hide and surprise the aliens. "We can't fight them face to face," he said, "but we can outsmart them." His soldiers practiced moving silently and setting traps. They learned to use the land to their advantage, hiding in forests and mountains where the alien ships had trouble seeing them. Regular people were helping too. In cities and towns, they formed secret groups. They shared food and helped each other hide from the aliens. They passed messages in clever ways, like leaving marks on walls that looked like normal graffiti, but were actually codes. Sarah, a high school student, started a network of kids who watched the aliens and reported what they saw. "Adults might not notice everything," she told her friends, "but we can. We're good at seeing small details." The kids noticed patterns in how the aliens moved. They saw when the aliens changed guards and which buildings they used most. This information was very helpful for the people planning attacks. But the biggest discovery came from an unexpected place. Lily, a 7-year-old girl, was hiding with her family in a basement. She had her dad's old radio and was playing with it, turning the dial to different stations. Suddenly, she heard a strange noise. It was high-pitched and seemed to be coming from outside. At the same time, she saw through a small window that a nearby alien ship started to wobble in the air. Lily told her parents, who told their neighbors, who told someone in the resistance. Soon, the word spread. The aliens didn't like certain sounds. Scientists got to work right away. They tested different sounds and found that very high-pitched noises, ones that humans could barely hear, made the aliens uncomfortable. Even better, these sounds seemed to interfere with their technology. This was huge news. Finally, humans had found a weakness they could use against the aliens. All around the world, people started building special sound devices. They used old speakers, car horns, and anything else that could make noise. Engineers worked on ways to make the sounds louder and to aim them at the alien ships. The aliens didn't know what was coming. They thought they had won. They were busy taking over more cities and didn't notice the humans preparing. In their big ships high above Earth, the alien leaders felt confident. "These humans are no match for us," they said to each other. "Soon, this planet will be ours." But down on the ground, humans were getting ready for a big surprise attack. The plan was to hit the aliens with sound weapons all at once, all over the world. It would be the first global attack against the invaders. People everywhere got ready. In New York, they hid speakers in empty buildings. In London, they put sound devices on top of the tallest skyscrapers. In Tokyo, they prepared to use the city's earthquake warning system to broadcast the special sound. The day of the attack came. Everyone was nervous but excited. This was their chance to show the aliens that humans weren't weak. At exactly noon, Greenwich Mean Time, the attack began. All around the world, powerful sounds blasted towards the alien ships. The effect was immediate. Alien ships started to shake and lose control. Some crashed into buildings or fields. Others flew away, trying to escape the noise. In the alien command ship, there was chaos. "What's happening?" the alien leader shouted. "How are they doing this?" For the first time, the aliens felt scared. They had underestimated the humans. They never thought these small, soft creatures could find a way to hurt them. The sound attack lasted for an hour. When it was over, humans everywhere cheered. They had won their first big victory against the aliens. News spread quickly. Radios that had been silent for weeks came alive with reports of alien ships crashing or retreating. Hope spread across the planet. But the humans knew this was just the beginning. The aliens were surprised this time, but they would try to find a way to defend against the sound weapons. "We need to keep thinking of new ideas," Dr. Chen told her team. "The aliens will adapt, so we need to stay one step ahead." Colonel Barnes agreed. He started training his soldiers in new tactics, combining the sound weapons with clever ground attacks. Even kids like Sarah and Lily felt they had an important part to play. "We found one weakness," Lily said. "Maybe we can find more." As night fell after the big attack, the mood on Earth had changed. People weren't just scared anymore. They felt strong and united. They had proved that together they could stand up to the aliens. The aliens, in their damaged ships, looked down at Earth with new respect and worry. They had thought conquering this planet would be easy. Now they knew they were in for a real fight. The battle for Earth was far from over, but now it was clear. Humans were not going to give up their home without an amazing fight. Humans fight back. The world had changed a lot in the month since the aliens first arrived. Cities looked different now. Some buildings were broken. Streets that used to be busy were quiet. But something else had changed too. People weren't just scared anymore. They were ready to fight back. After the big sound attack, humans knew they could hurt the aliens. This made everyone excited. All over the world, people worked on new plans to beat the invaders. In a small town called Millbrook, something big was about to happen. This town had a secret. Underground, in an old mine, scientists and soldiers were getting ready for a special mission. Dr. Chen and her team had been working day and night. They made a new weapon. It looked like a big truck with a huge speaker on top. But this wasn't just any speaker. It could make a sound so strong it could knock an alien ship right out of the sky. "We call it the Thunder Cannon," Dr. Chen said to Colonel Barnes. She looked tired but happy. "It's the most powerful sound weapon we've ever made." Colonel Barnes nodded. He liked the name. Thunder Cannon. That's perfect. Those aliens won't know what hit them. The plan was simple but dangerous. They would drive the Thunder Cannon to a nearby alien base. Then they would use it to destroy the base. If it worked, it would be the biggest win against the aliens so far. On the night of the attack, everyone was nervous. Soldiers checked their gear. Scientists made sure the Thunder Cannon was working perfectly. Even the townspeople helped, keeping watch for any alien ships. As the team got ready to leave, Sarah, the high school student who had been watching the aliens, ran up to Colonel Barnes. "Wait," she shouted. "I have important news." Sarah told them that she and her friends had been watching the alien base. They noticed something strange. Every night at midnight, the aliens turned off their shields for a few minutes. They thought humans didn't know about this. Colonel Barnes smiled. This was great news. "Good work, Sarah," he said. "This could make our mission a lot easier." The team left at 11 p.m. They drove slowly and carefully, trying not to make any noise. The Thunder Cannon was covered with a big tarp so the aliens wouldn't see it. As they got close to the alien base, everyone held their breath. Would the aliens spot them? But luck was on their side. They made it to a good hiding spot without being seen. Now came the hard part. They had to wait until midnight when the aliens would turn off their shields. These were the longest minutes of their lives. Finally, it was time. Colonel Barnes looked at his watch and nodded. Dr. Chen pressed a button on the thunder cannon. At first, nothing seemed to happen. The cannon was making a sound so high that human ears couldn't hear it, but then they saw the effects. The alien ships started to shake. Some of them crashed into each other. The big door of the base started to crack. Aliens ran out, looking confused and scared. "It's working," shouted Dr. Chen. She couldn't believe her eyes. The thunder cannon was even stronger than she had hoped. Colonel Barnes didn't waste any time. He ordered his soldiers to attack. They used regular weapons now that the alien shields were down. The fight was fierce, but the humans had the advantage of surprise. In less than an hour, it was over. The alien base was destroyed. Many alien ships were crashed or captured. The aliens who survived ran away. As the sun came up, the humans looked at what they had done. They had won. They had destroyed a whole alien base. News of the victory spread fast. All over the world, people celebrated. This wasn't just a small win like before. This was big, really big. In their main ship high above Earth, the alien leaders were angry and scared. How could this happen? How could these small humans defeat them? "We underestimated them," said one alien leader. "These humans are smarter and braver than we thought." Back in Millbrook, there was a big party. Everyone who helped with the mission was there. Dr. Chen and Colonel Barnes were the heroes of the day. But Sarah and her friends were heroes too. "Without your watching and listening, we might not have won," Colonel Barnes told them. Sometimes the smallest details make the biggest difference. As they celebrated, Dr. Chen was already thinking about the next step. "The aliens will try to find a way to stop the thunder cannon," she said. "We need to keep making new weapons and plans." Colonel Barnes agreed. "This was a great victory," he said. "But the war isn't over yet. We need to be ready for whatever the aliens do next." All around the world, the news of the victory gave people new hope and energy. In every country, humans started planning their own attacks on alien bases. They shared ideas and worked together in ways they never had before. The aliens were still strong. They still had big ships and powerful weapons, but now they were the ones who were scared. They had thought taking over Earth would be easy. Now they knew they were in for a long, hard fight. As night fell, humans everywhere looked up at the sky. The alien ships were still there, but they didn't seem as scary now. People smiled at each other. They felt strong. They felt united. The message was clear. Earth was not going to be an easy planet to conquer. Humans were going to fight for their home with everything they had. And they were just getting started. The aliens had started this war, but the humans were going to finish it. The whole world fights. 2 months had passed since the big win at Millbrook. The world looked very different now. Humans weren't hiding anymore. They were fighting back everywhere. In every country, people were using the thunder cannon idea to make their own weapons. But they didn't stop there. Humans got creative. They used everything they could think of to fight the aliens. In Brazil, people used the sounds of the Amazon rainforest. They recorded the noises of thousands of animals and played them super loud. The aliens, who weren't used to Earth's nature, got very confused. In Japan, they used the earthquake warning system in a clever way. They sent out fake warnings that made special sounds. These sounds made the aliens think the ground was shaking when it wasn't. In Egypt, people used the hot desert sun. They made big mirrors that reflected sunlight right at the alien ships. This made the ships so hot that the aliens had to fly away. The aliens were shocked. Every day, they faced new and strange attacks. They never knew what to expect next. In their big ship above Earth, the alien leaders were arguing. How are they doing this? one shouted. "We are supposed to be smarter than them." Another alien leader looked worried. "We made a big mistake," he said. "We thought all humans were the same, but they're all different, with different ideas. That's why we can't guess what they'll do next." Down on Earth, humans were working together better than ever before. Scientists from different countries shared their ideas online. Soldiers taught each other new fighting tricks. Even kids helped by coming up with creative plans. One day, a group of children in India had a great idea. They noticed that the aliens didn't like colorful things, so they organized a huge festival of colors. People threw bright powders in the air, just like in the Holy Festival. The aliens got so confused by all the colors that they fled the city. In Australia, surfers found out that the alien ships didn't work well over the ocean, so they led alien ships out to sea, where big waves made them crash. In Canada, people used the cold weather. They found out that the aliens' technology froze easily, so they made special ice guns that could freeze alien ships in midair. All these different ways of fighting made the aliens very confused. They had come to Earth thinking it would be easy to take over. Now they were facing attacks from every direction, and each one was different. But the aliens weren't giving up. They still had powerful weapons and big ships. They started to attack human cities more fiercely, trying to scare people into giving up. In New York, a big battle was happening. The aliens were using their strongest weapons, shooting bright beams that could destroy buildings. But the humans were ready. Dr. Chen and her team had made the thunder cannon even stronger. Now it could protect a whole city. As the aliens attacked, the cannon sent out powerful sound waves that made a shield around New York. The alien beams hit the sound shield and bounced back. Some even hit the alien ships, making them crash. The people of New York cheered as they watched the aliens retreat. Similar battles were happening all over the world. In Moscow, in Beijing, in Lagos, in Buenos Aires. Everywhere, humans were standing up to the aliens. And everywhere, the aliens were shocked by how strong and clever humans could be. But it wasn't just about fighting. Humans were also trying to understand the aliens better. Scientists studied the captured alien ships and weapons. They learned more about how the aliens thought and how their technology worked. One day, a breakthrough happened. Dr. Chen and her team figured out how to understand the aliens' language. This was huge news. Now humans could listen to what the aliens were saying to each other. They found out something surprising. Not all the aliens agreed about attacking Earth. Some of them thought it was wrong. They were starting to think that maybe humans weren't as weak as they first thought. This gave humans a new idea. Maybe they could make some of the aliens their friends. Maybe they could end this war not just by fighting, but by talking too. Colonel Barnes didn't fully agree. "We can't trust them," he said. "We need to keep fighting until they leave our planet." But Dr. Chen had a different view. "If we can make peace with some of them, it might be easier to win the war," she said. As they were discussing this, something unexpected happened. A small alien ship appeared, flying a white flag. It landed near the human base, and out came an alien. But this alien looked different. It wasn't wearing armor, and it had its hands up. "I come in peace," the alien said in broken English. "Many of us want to stop this war. Can we talk?" Humans all over the world watched on TV as this happened. They were surprised and curious. Could this be a trick? Or was it a real chance for peace? As the day ended, the world held its breath. The war wasn't over, but something had changed. For the first time, there was a small hope that maybe, just maybe, this could end without more fighting. Humans had proven they were strong. They had shown the aliens that Earth wasn't an easy target. Now they had a chance to show that they could be wise too. The next few days would be very important for the future of both humans and aliens. The whole world waited to see what would happen next. Whatever came, they knew one thing for sure. Humans were not weak. They were strong, clever, and united. And they would protect their home, no matter what. Humans win big. The world held its breath. It had been 3 days since the alien with the white flag landed. Leaders from all over Earth met to decide what to do. Should they trust this alien? Was it a trick? Finally, they agreed to talk. They chose Dr. Chen to speak for Earth. She was smart and understood the aliens best. Colonel Barnes would go too, just in case it was a trap. The meeting happened in a big field. Humans set up tents on one side. The friendly aliens, they called themselves the Peace Clan, set up on the other side. Armed guards watched carefully from both sides. Dr. Chen stepped forward to meet the lead alien. Its name was Zork, and it looked nervous. "We made a big mistake," Zork said. "We thought humans were weak. We were very wrong." Dr. Chen nodded. "We want peace," she said, "but we need to know why you attacked us, and we need to be sure you'll leave Earth alone." Zork looked sad. "Our planet is dying," it said. "We needed a new home. We thought Earth would be easy to take. We didn't know humans were so amazing." For hours they talked. Zork explained that many aliens didn't want to fight anymore. They were impressed by how humans worked together and came up with clever ideas. Some aliens even wanted to learn from humans. But not all aliens agreed. The War Clan, led by a tough alien named Crag, still wanted to take over Earth. They thought talking to humans was weak. As Dr. Chen and Zork were still talking, a loud alarm sounded. Colonel Barnes ran up, looking worried. "The War Clan is attacking," he shouted. "They're hitting cities all over the world." Zork looked shocked. "We didn't know," it said. "Please, let us help you fight them. We want to make things right." Dr. Chen had to decide fast. Could they trust these aliens? She looked at Zork and saw it was telling the truth. "Okay," she said. "Let's fight together." What happened next was the biggest battle Earth had ever seen. War Clan ships filled the sky, shooting their powerful beams. But this time, humans were ready, and they had new friends. All over the world, humans used everything they had learned. In New York, the super-strong thunder cannon protected the city. In Tokyo, a new machine jammed the aliens' weapons, making them useless. In Cairo, huge mirrors reflected sunlight to blind the alien ships. The Peace Clan aliens helped too. They knew how the War Clan's ships worked and told humans exactly where to hit them. Some Peace Clan aliens even flew their own ships, fighting against their old friends to protect Earth. The battle was big and scary, but amazing too. Humans from every country worked together. It didn't matter if they spoke different languages or had different beliefs. They all fought side by side to save their home. Kids helped by using social media to spread important news fast. Doctors took care of the hurt. Artists made posters to keep everyone's spirits up. Every person did what they could. As the battle went on, something incredible happened. Humans and Peace Clan aliens started to understand each other better. They saw that even though they looked different, they weren't so different on the inside. Both wanted peace and a safe place to live. The fight lasted for 2 whole days. Everyone was tired, but they didn't give up. Finally, on the morning of the 3rd day, the last War Clan ship fell from the sky. Earth was quiet again. People came out of their homes, looking up at the sky. The big, scary alien ships were gone. In their place were the smaller, friendly ships of the Peace Clan. Humans began to cheer. They had won. In every city, there were big parties. People danced in the streets. They hugged each other, even strangers. Some even hugged the Peace Clan aliens, who were surprised but happy. At a special ceremony, Zork spoke to people all over the world on TV. "We are sorry," it said. "We did a bad thing, but you showed us a better way. You taught us that being different can be good, that working together makes everyone stronger." Dr. Chen spoke too. "We won this war not just with weapons," she said. "We won because we stayed strong, worked together, and weren't afraid to make new friends. We learned that we're stronger when we work together, no matter where we're from." In the days that followed, an amazing thing happened. Humans and Peace Clan aliens started to work together to fix the damage from the war. Alien technology helped rebuild cities faster than ever before. Human doctors and alien healers learned from each other, finding new ways to help sick people. Some Peace Clan aliens decided to stay on Earth. They wanted to learn more about humans and teach about their own world. Some humans even got ready to visit the aliens' planet to help them fix the problems there. Schools started teaching alien languages. Alien art appeared in museums. Humans and aliens played sports together, cooked together, and became good friends. Of course, not everything was perfect. Some people still didn't trust the aliens. It would take time for everyone to feel comfortable. But most people saw that this was a chance to make the world, no, the whole universe, a better place. As the sun set on this new world, Dr. Chen and Colonel Barnes stood looking at the sky. It was full of stars, but now they didn't seem scary. They looked like opportunities, full of new things to learn and explore. "You know," said Colonel Barnes, "I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad the aliens came." Dr. Chen smiled. "Me too," she said. "They taught us something important. They showed us that humans aren't weak at all. We're creative, brave, and stronger together. And now we have a whole universe of new friends to meet." As they watched, a shooting star flew across the sky. But maybe it wasn't a star. Maybe it was a ship carrying new alien friends coming to visit. And this time, Earth was ready to welcome them with open arms. The universe was a big place. But now it felt a little smaller, a little friendlier, and full of exciting new adventures waiting to happen.